Arsenal's gap has increased. City dropped points to Tottenham. Brilliant first half. Played a brilliant game. After scoring the first goal, we decided, you know what, it's fine. The game's over. Let's just call it a day. Let's take a nap. Haaland was wasteful. I didn't see Semenyo get past his man even once. And that is a difficult, harsh truth to take in because with um, with Doku absent, Oscar Bob leaving, Savinio nowhere to be seen, we don't have a single winger, turns out, that can beat their man and get into a scoring position. Doku's problem has always been finishing that play, completing a pass in the final third in the penalty box, creating a scoring chance. That was his problem. Semenyo has scored today, but has otherwise put in an awful performance, in my opinion. Um, he just can't get past his man on the right or on the left. I just thought, maybe he prefers shooting on one foot, so he wants to cut inside or cut outside, so he'll be better dribbling on the right. But the moment Mamouche came in and he was put on the right, he still was immediately stopped. It was either Udogi on the right or Paulinho on the left, even though Paulinho was playing as a number six and not a right back. So yeah, it's just not been good enough. Foden was lively when he came on. Could have been better. Reinders created some opportunities, made some good runs, but couldn't finish. We still have this problem. Mamouche was again, at least some fresh legs, but it's just not good enough. Haaland is wasteful. The whole team was wasteful. The moment we scored the first goal, I feel like we just took a nap. I mean, there was no motivation to kill the game. We're back to the 2024-25 season. Um, the mindset, the moment where we were 2 goals ahead. I mean, that second goal, we probably didn't. I mean, we should have been 3 or 4 goals ahead in just the first half, or at least the beginning of the second half. But as good as Gehi was throughout the game, there were multiple mistakes. Both goals could be, I wouldn't say blamed on him, but yes, it was partly his fault. Um, the first Sri Lanka goal was obviously given as an own goal at first. So I mean, this game should have been killed off, was killed off in fact, in the first half. But they seem to lack that killer mentality to finish him off. Turkey was maybe our best player throughout the game. Um, he posed the maybe the best, the our greatest attacking threat. Aït-Nouri was good for parts of the game. Nunes again, good defensively, solid, but still making mistakes here and there, letting some runs get past him, letting some balls maybe caught in a weird position at times. That could be blamed on the shape of the team, maybe less so his own positioning, but he was caught out at times. Recovered well, as did Kusanov. Brilliant play today, honestly. Um, Nearly faultless. I mean, of course, we did concede 2 goals, so he's not completely without blame, but he did play a very good game. Great recovery runs, using that pace and physicality very well. So there are bright spots again, but just not good enough. We need to be able to kill the game as that chance that Haaland missed when he tried to chip the keeper towards the end of the second half after we were already a goal up. That should be a goal. I mean, if you want to call yourself, I mean, whom we call the greatest, the best most effective goal scorer in the world, or at least in the Premier League, he has to be better than that. He can't be wasting those kind of chances. So it's not good enough. They have to be better. They have to um, really, present themselves, get into scoring, positions, not just let off the gas and let the opposition, who's on the back foot, obviously, in the first half, to allow them to dictate the play. That's just not good enough. And huge props to Thomas Frank, um, to be able to manage this game after what seemed like a protest from the home crowd. I heard that, you know depending on the result of the game, the 60,000 home fans were planning on walking out of the stadium at the 60-minute mark or 70-minute mark. And for him to, change the tactical shape of this team, and to, pump that life into them and put them on the front foot, to be able to make that comeback, that just immense amount of respect for Thomas Frank. He's coached a brilliant game today, absolutely brilliant. Um, but we were trying to score past six defenders in the final maybe 10 or 15 minutes of the game. But it is what it is. That is how he's going to play, obviously, with having tied the game. Solanke, brilliant play, absolutely brilliant. Paulinho again, playing as a six, and then the right back, just brilliant job. Udogi put in some. The whole team in the first half. I feel like there was no opportunity for Xavi Simons to impact the game, because our press was so intentful and effective and aggressive, that he wasn't able to get into scoring positions outside the box. But the moment, um, either it was the tactical change of Thomas Frank, to be able to put him in a position outside those box in the zone 14 areas, with help, with support around him, to give him space to get into scoring positions, or um, maybe again the aggressiveness of the team. But he had more space to create, in the second half. There were not as many bodies, to get in his way. He was taking more shots from outside the box. He was playing more balls into, the final third. He was, connecting with the wingers and the overlapping fullbacks, and that's what led to the goal eventually. The Conor Gallagher cross into Solanke, brilliant finish. That wasn't a great cross, to be honest. The ball was played behind him, but a scorpion kick essentially, to put it past Donnarumma, who got a finger on it but couldn't keep it out. Donnarumma, an excellent game again today, but how much can one man do? Um, there have to be improvements. We have to. Uh, it's not a matter of quality anymore. I mean, you could say, Semenyo, our winger situation. If we had Doku, we could have, penetrated better. Pause. But it's it's just a matter of mentality. To be, um, willing and able to kill the game off, and be clinical in front of goal. I think that's my main takeaway from this game. Um, Haaland has to get back in form. We need Doku back. Nico G had a good, few minutes, um, on the pitch, so that's good to see. The double pivot can work. Nico Rally in midfield is okay. That's just fine. We can work with that. Yeah, the players had good cameos, but average. It was an average performance. So yeah, I mean, we've they've extended the lead yet again, Arsenal. So we just have to now push on to the next game. There are a few takeaways to take, but I mean, it's just mostly mentality for me. So yeah, on to the next. Looking forward to. I don't know. Is it happening in the Emirates or just take a look at that? City versus Arsenal. So this is an opportunity again for us to be able to put some pressure on Arsenal. It would have been ideal if we could have gone, um, to to Tottenham and put the pressure on Arsenal. But we couldn't do that. We refused to do that. And now the lead is what, 6 points. So okay, let me look at the Arsenal schedule fixtures going forward. Um, that's Southampton. Okay. Brentford, Spurs again, Chelsea, Brighton, Everton, Wolves, Bournemouth, then City. So we have a few games. Let's see. Everton game, Chelsea game, Tottenham game. Potentially could drop points. Arsenal, maybe even the Brighton game. Wolves, Bournemouth, don't see them putting up a fight, but let's see how it goes. The City fixtures aren't looking excellent after today's game. I don't know. We could draw points against anybody, to be honest, if we continue to play without that aggressiveness and need to put pressure on Arsenal. Of course, the FA Cup and Carabao Cup games. We will also have, I think it's Salford City and Newcastle. Then the Premier League, we have Liverpool. I think we're going to Anfield for that. Fulham, Newcastle, Leeds, Nottingham Forest, West Ham, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, um, and then Arsenal. So both teams will face, I think, Newcastle and Chelsea. So look forward to those games. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, disappointing performance. But on to the next. Let's see. I think we have the FA Cup. Yeah, FA Cup matchup with Newcastle next. Hopefully we can, progress on that as well. Because it's not looking good in the Premier League at the moment. Would be nice to go away with at least a trophy, be it the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, maybe hopefully both. Champions League again, Arsenal is at the top. We will face potentially, the death path to the finals. They're calling it. We potentially could face both Real Madrid and Bayern, and then maybe Barcelona later on, and then PSG. PSG maybe not, but we could potentially face um, Bayern, Madrid, and Barcelona in the playoffs, which would not be ideal. Uh, but yeah, that will be a big test, of course. Real Madrid aren't looking good as of right now. Arbeloa is not able to put his mark on the team. We're seeing a lot of authoritarian Mbappe memes. So, I mean, let's see how it goes. Looking forward to it, but dreading it at the same time. Anyways, yeah, it is what it is. See you guys in the next one.